What's up, Internet? We are here in the town. It is December 1st. I kind of forgot that yesterday was the last day of November. Whoopsie. But unfortunately, that is sometimes how things go. Either way, it is a new month, and we are in the town to experience the last month of Animal Crossing. Wow. That's pretty sobering thought. Gonna have to figure out what I'm doing after this. I've got a couple ideas. Gonna have to put it past the Discord if you want to have a voice, go support the show and get on there so that you can get heard. I guess I'll get rid of these tickets because we don't need them. What do we got here? Thanks, Spike. I don't think I want that pitfall, though. No new villagers. Not that that's a big surprise or anything. And we got to go over here to get rid of some tickets. Found a radiator. That would be useful in a very, very cold month like November, but alas. 4 Goldie from Pierce. Wow, I didn't deliver that. I feel dumb. Goodbye, November tickets. I guess I didn't have enough. And also, I wasn't here yesterday because I was doing Pokemon. Such is life sometimes, I suppose. Let's head to the other town, where we will get to a good time zone to actually do stuff. Hey, Bashful, how you doing today? Okay, Porter, let's get ourselves to a town where it's at least daylight out, and not almost midnight. Okay, let's get ourselves on a train. And go see what we can see. Ah, pizza's good. That's a quick way to finish up a shift. It definitely is a big morale booster to get something like that. That's a nice treat, for sure. Alright, Rover. Let's go see what's in the other town. Hopefully, some awesome adventure that we don't know what's going to be yet. Preferably. We've been doing this for almost a year, Rover. You really should remember who I am by now. You shouldn't have to question it. Seriously, it's almost been a full year. Alright. Goodbye, Rover. I will not miss talking to you. A real year. Every day for the past year, I have streamed Animal Crossing. It's been part of a little social experiment I've been running, and I guess, this will be the last month of it. After that, I'm gonna have to find out what I'm gonna do next. Got a couple ideas. Don't know what specifically I'm most interested in, but I think I'm gonna leave it up to the show supporters Discord just because it's an extra little perk I can give them. But I'm thinking maybe RPGs, maybe Mario. Not sure yet. I've got a couple ideas. I'm not necessarily in love with any of them, but I've got a couple ideas. Well, as I understand, the new Animal Crossing doesn't come out till like March, and also I have 0 money, so I'm not sure I'll be able to afford it. Ooh, Christmas tree. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take the little one, because these are exclusive to this month, although I can't buy the little one yet. Hey, a lunar rover. We got one of those earlier. I don't need one now, though. I would like to get the new Animal Crossing whenever it comes out, though. But, right now I can't afford it, certainly. Alright, what do we get? We got an actual fossil, 2 actual fossils. Nice, no paperweights. Actually make some bells off this and buy that small tree as well. I think that will actually go in our house. We should decorate it a little bit for the holidays. Because why not? They don't actually give you extra presents on Christmas or anything, though. There is a way to get Christmas presents. Having a tree in your house doesn't do anything, though. Saving up all your nickels, that would help, I suppose. It would take quite a lot of nickels, especially if you're in my country, given that, you know, our dollar is significantly weaker than the American. And new games here are almost like $100 each. The problem for me is, you know, other than this and like the donations I get for doing this, I'm otherwise unemployed and no one wants to hire me, so my income is about $10 a month. So I gotta be real careful with my purchases. Alright, let's see if there's some new loot we can go find. Most prized possession in the F Acres. Well, knowing it's cube, I'm betting it's a GameCube. We can hope. I could use a GameCube. I could certainly use a new GameCube controller. I hear you can salvage the sticks on those and replace N64 controllers with them. And I've always wanted to try, but alas, I'm stuck with the crappy N64 controller sticks, which are like the worst sticks ever. Alright, we gotta find Cube's awesome treasure of awesomeness that is hopefully not a pitfall, but probably is. Oh, while we're here, let's go talk to Copper. There might be sightings of Crazy Red in the vicinity. Wendell! Yeah, my thumb and palm have some pretty bad Mario Party PTSD as well. You know, that's why they had to end up making official gloves just for that game, so people wouldn't sue them over blisters. I'm not seeing anything yet, Cube. Where is this mighty magical treasure of yours? The N64's got so many great games, including this. I've played it. It's fun. Entirely in Japanese, but still fun. I'm not seeing any treasures, Cube. Guess we're gonna have to start digging behind, like, all the trees. No, there were actual gloves. They were put out by Nintendo as a way to prevent class action lawsuits. I've never had them myself, but I've seen them. They weren't exactly the highest quality, as I'm sure you'd imagine, but not like the, what is it, Gran Turismo official driving gloves that came with that game. I don't know. Things that come with games at times are just baffling. Nothing there. Yeah, I want to say like the Gran Turismo gloves were a couple $100 each too, if you wanted to buy them separate from the actual game. But if you bought it with the game, it was like just an extra like $15, $20. At least that's as I understand it. I'm hardly an expert on Gran Turismo. I've never played one of the games. As common as it is, I've never actually seen a copy of Gran Turismo. Not seeing any places to find buried treasure around here, Cube. Are you sure you didn't just dream that you buried treasure around here? I think that's what happened. He somehow had some kind of weird prophetic dream that he'd buried treasure here, but never actually did. But he thought he did, so earnestly that he wrote up a message post about it. And now we have to find it, but it's not here. Yeah. Or he's just a sadist. That too. You know, I like to dump on the new Animal Crossing games versus this one, because while they're all good, this one I think is still the best one. As much as I hate that rolling pin, like, third-person camera the new ones have, it's helpful for looking behind objects. That's the one game I've heard, that's the one thing I will give that game credit for. That and scanning QR codes for using other people's designs for stuff. Like, that's just a brilliant idea is what that is. Ah, it's probably behind this stupid place. Let me find some random thing that was buried 20 years ago that we never knew existed. Nope, not there. I certainly didn't dig anything up in the past couple days because, you know, yesterday I did a Pokemon stream instead to get back into that. So I did a 2-for-1 day thing on here on Friday. I don't know if they were proprietary or not. I never tried actually using it. I just think that's a brilliant idea. Nope. Well, I've searched the entire F series of acres. I haven't seen anything. I found it. A garden pond. We actually already have one in our Zen garden. But that's a really cool piece of furniture, because you can't get it except from Nook's Lottery. That's why I was so bitter the first months we played this, I couldn't get one. Go to Velma's, get an organizer. Okay. Also have to deliver a thing to Cookie, because I forgot. So that gives us a quest. In fact, a 2-for-1 quest. Awesome. I remember, again, I have never played Monster Rancher, except for the, as I reviewed recently, legendary Monster Rancher Pogo Stick Racing game. But, speaking of Monster Rancher and Gran Turismo, if you use Gran Turismo discs in Monster Rancher, you get some, like, Gran Turismo car monster, from what I remember. I remember seeing that and thinking that was rather clever cross-promotion. What did we get from, Goldie? We got ourselves Arctic Camo, it looks like, or a Daffodil, or a Festive Tree. One of the things that I thought you gave us something, so I'm guessing the Daffodil. I don't know where Arctic Camo came from. Anyway, Velma! I need an organizer. But you don't have it. Oh, of course. You lent it away. Just like every other villager, just can't be responsible with other people's stuff. It's so mean. Let's clean this up. And move on. Down here. Let's talk to good old Chow about ourselves getting an organizer. Because he needs to get organized. I can see why he'd have one. Ace. Classic Ace. Okay. Let's go find ourselves Ace then. There he is. Alright, Ace. Let's give us an organizer, shall we? Alright, let's get this back to Camel Frog. To its rightful owner, not like you, Ace. Some guy who just basically stole it from 3 other people who stole it, because no one can be responsible with other people's crap in this game. Put that away. I wonder if we'll run into Wisp tonight. It has been a while. Here you go, Camel Frog. Oh, a fruit and a half worth of money. Hurrah. Cube. Do you need anything done? Also, don't touch that ball. If you touch that ball and it goes into the pond, I will take out my net and smack you. That's actually a good theory. Animals have a 6-slot inventory and just have to keep constantly dropping stuff. I like that. That is now in the canon that is Animal Crossing. I quite like that. I mean, we don't have much better. Our inventory is pretty tiny as well, and that's 15 slots. Having 6 slots in this would be maddening. That is like one of every tool plus 1 piece of furniture or something. Alright. I'll go talk to Spike about your picture book. That's a good question. We do see some animals use, like, the fishing rod during the fishing tournament, but that's about it. At least in this game. I think in later games they do, but it has been a while since I've played more recent Animal Crossing games. It's been over a year, in fact. I've dedicated this past year to playing this game. But during the fishing tournament, we see fishing rods, if nothing else. So, assuming that's the only tool they have, and it's implied that they have shovels because they're constantly burying stuff. So, I mean, they at least have two tools available to them. They either have the shovel and the fishing rod. As for anything else, I'm not sure. But that's still like a third of their inventory. Alright, I'll take this to Camoufrog. Add in an additional random item that they've borrowed from someone because they're bad people. And then like one reward item, and you know, they don't have a lot more space for stuff. Ooh, we got a fossil. What amazing insights. Well, I can tell you this game is really bloody buggy. I mean, ever since Mayor Tortimer decided to become mayor of Hobo Town, you know, I don't think we've really seen him too much in our village. Animals have spawned in the sky, they've spun around in places, they've spawned in walls, they've spawned on train tracks. This is not necessarily the best programmed game of all time. And I mean, it's not insight I gained during playing this over the past year, but I know how small this game is because it is more or less a direct port of the N64. That once the game starts, or the game has been loaded, you can remove your disc from the player and it will still play as long as you don't turn off your thing. So, theoretically, if everyone kept their power on forever, the entire world could have giant, persistent villages for every gamer in the world based on one singular Animal Crossing disc. It's unrealistic to do that, but you could, in theory, do it. As long as, you know, the power doesn't get shut off somewhere along the way. Where does that go? That goes to Pearl. That goes to Camoufrog. I knew I was over here for a reason. There you go, Camoufrog. Your picture book. I also know that it likes to reuse a lot of shirt textures in other places. Like that little bag emblem that we just handed him is actually a shirt texture. Let's write a letter to the museum. Well, it's interesting just to see how they made use of what little they did to change this game, really. I mean, all they added was a couple new items and free items for basically every event, and they changed one or two events, but that's otherwise it. Well, I'm translating it, obviously, but otherwise it's basically just identical to the N64 version. Oh, and they changed the sprites for the NES to Famicom. They changed some of the programming for them, but that... and GBA and e-reader compatibility. But otherwise, that's pretty much everything they added between versions. Well, you know, if you've got a friend with a copy of Animal Crossing, that's one way to do it. You and all your friends could have a village all running at once. As long as you never turn off your GameCube, you are golden. Okay, Pierce, where you at? Not in. Unfortunately, as you can imagine, that doesn't quite work with the N64 version. I have tested it. They don't like when you remove the cart from the N64, it turns out. Bad things tend to happen when you do that. Or awesome things, depending on your end goal. Because sometimes you see some really buggy, awesome stuff. Like, that famous glitch in GoldenEye everyone went crazy about when it was first discovered. That's pretty great, actually, you know? I mean, it's terrible for your power situation, and paying that power bill would kind of suck, but otherwise, you know, I totally approve of the just keep one persistent town on 24/7. I like that. That's dedication is what that is. And respect for, you know, trying to save money where you can. As someone who doesn't have any money whatsoever, I really respect that. Go support my Patreon, please. I'd like to be able to eat. Nothing from Quetzal, damn it. I still have no idea what that loot cube buried was, though. I mean, we searched up and down the F acres. Couldn't find anything, though. Yeah, for sure, I hear you. I couldn't do that here, just because the power strip that everything is powered on, it's weirdly sensitive. The moment you, like, try and plug something in, it just shuts itself off. Which I guess is, like, designed to prevent a short or something, but... You know, I can't do that here. Also, I'm playing this on a Wii, and I don't think they necessarily like it if you take the disc out. I think it would actually fundamentally freeze the system itself. Right now, my GameCube is basically just for playing weird pirate Game Boy cards I've got. You know, it's weird to think I have a Wii just to play GameCube games, and I've got a GameCube just to play Game Boy games. And I guess I have my Wii U for making myself feel depressed, but also to play Wii games every now and then. Actually, it was weird because there's supposed to be like 2 games that, depending on when your Wii was made, it shouldn't be able to play. Mine can play one of them, but not the other. Mine can play Brawl, but it can't play Xenoblades. I had to get a Wii U to play Xenoblades. Well, to be fair, having an SNES just to play Game Boy games has also the benefits of, you know, the system on the SNES for that allowed you to, like, modify the color schemes of a lot of games and stuff. That's really cool. The N64, the GameCube one won't let you do that. And unfortunately, while I have an SNES, mine is broken in the weirdest way imaginable. Like, a way that I've tried to describe to people and they can't figure out how to fix it. So it's just basically just a presentation piece on my shelf, just like my Genesis and my 2600. I mean, the nice thing is I've got something that can play all my Super Nintendo games anyway, but it sucks that my actual Super Nintendo doesn't work. Especially considering that my equipment to play my Super Nintendo games can't do Pirate SNES stuff. And I've got a couple Pirate SNES cards, which I would have to rely on, like the Retron 3, which is like the worst sounding piece of garbage you can use for stuff like that. But, I mean, that's necessity, really. Yeah, I hear you. I had a theft a long time ago, and pretty much all my games from when I was a kid were stolen, and most of my consoles too. With the exception of my Sega Master System and my Master System games, which my mom decided to sell. And I'm sad about that because I love that thing. But what can you do? Someday I will find a way to buy all my SMS games back, and it will be great. But they are getting expensive, so that'll be a ways from now, I think. Spike has your Pokemon Pikachu. That doesn't date this game at all. Oh hey, new Coke. Delicious. We get it, the times were different. We don't need all these time period jokes. Alright, let's go talk to Spike. You don't have it anymore. Ah, nice. You know, I genuinely... This is the only time you'll ever hear about Pokemon Pikachu, but... You hear even less about the Pocket Pokemon, which was this little tiny mini LCD handheld console that had like 6 games on it. It had like, I think, 3 buttons on it, and a like motion detection feature. All I know is it had a Celebi game on it. Celebi, Togepi. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, let's go to Cube. I knew I had to come here. Didn't know who I needed to talk to, though. It's true, New Coke does taste like a mistake. But not as big a mistake as removing Vanilla Coke from the market. That is like the best drink ever, and it only existed here for a month. You can still get it in the States, though. Not that I'm jealous. It's only the most delicious thing ever. Ooh, hey, another thing I can dig up. Got another fossil. Those things are pretty awesome. I love weird knockoff stuff like that. Like, just weird low-quality stuff. That's kind of partly why I got really into doing, like, pirate gaming and decided to, like, do an entire series about weird pirate multi-carts and consoles and stuff. Just because it's weird to see the less popular side of gaming, so to speak. And a lot of these things exist either due to cashing in for some like popularity reason, like the Pokemon Pockets and stuff like that, or just straight up necessity for like a lot of pirate gaming stuff that exists just because you couldn't get official stuff where it was made. I cannot have Coke Zero. I have a weird, like, bizarre biological reaction to it. I've only ever had it twice, and, you know, it was the worst feeling ever when I had it. I felt like I was dying. And it was horrifying. So I don't have Coke Zero. I just like vanilla Coke, but you can't get it anymore. It's true, from what I remember, Coke Zero does taste like inhaling toothpaste. You know, vanilla Coke was the most delicious thing ever because you had like the spiciness of the Coke, but with also like the smoothness of vanilla. It was sweet and it was kind of spicy and it was just delicious and bitter. And it had everything that was great about Coke combined with everything that was great about vanilla, and it just made like the perfect drink. I will unsteam your broccoli cookie, but don't put broccoli in your cookies. That sounds like a bad idea. I don't know where Caesar is, though. He was around here, but then he kind of disappeared. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I could see Vanilla Coke making you, like, respect more the spicy bitterness that Coke typically has from the cola nut. For sure. You know, that's why I can't have, like, Pepsi. Like, Pepsi just tastes like sugar to me, whereas Coke at least has sort of, like, that snap to it. That just makes it really nice to drink. I think the only Pepsi product I can really stomach is Dr. Pepper. And weirdly enough, a lot of Pepsi restaurants that only stock, like, Pepsi stuff don't carry Dr. Pepper, which is annoying. Actually, we've got this, like, really nice pizza place called Boston Pizza here that they're a Pepsi restaurant, and they're weird about Dr. Pepper because they have it on their menu, but if you go to any location, you sit down, you have a bite to eat, you know, you can, like, order Dr. Pepper, that's great, but every drink, every soft drink is free refills except Dr. Pepper for some reason. And while they will bring cases of pop with you if you order it from them, they will bring everything but Dr. Pepper. They are just bizarrely against Dr. Pepper for some reason. Huh. Licorice with vanilla Coke, huh? Interesting. I really don't like licorice all that much. I know, like, I don't like that black licorice flavor. That's, like, the grossest thing to me. Which is annoying because I had a lot of it in my household growing up. My dad was, like, obsessed with it. It was his favorite flavor. Just gross to me. But then, like, you've got the red licorice, which, I mean, at least up here, all we have is Twizzlers, and Twizzlers licorice is, like, strawberry flavored, which is the grossest thing. Whereas, you know, if you take their nibs, which are cherry flavored, those are awesome. But, yeah, black licorice is just such a weird flavor. I kind of see why people would like it, because it's not like a wholly like sweet flavor. Sort of like why I like Coke, but there's just something about it that just tastes gross. Like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of how some people like just get obsessed with like cilantro. I've heard that, you know, it's like 5% of people in the world cilantro tastes like soap to, and I'm like in that chunk of the world, but it's like cilantro's the grossest thing ever. I'd rather have like kale, and I don't like kale. It tastes like broccoli. Well, why don't you ask if Cookie's mad? Pierce, she's standing right next to you. Dumb bird. Alright. Here you go, Cookie. I went on a long quest. Please give me a great reward. Hey, carpet. Nice. Maybe Ketz will need something now. Huh. Interesting. You know, whenever Vanilla Coke comes back, because occasionally it'll show up as like a limited edition thing that's around for like a month, I might have to give Licorice with Vanilla Coke a try, because that does sound good. I don't know, it reminds me of sort of like that Deadly Premonition sandwich that I made that everyone said was like the grossest sounding thing ever, but you know, when they tried it, it was like the best thing ever. It's like, yes, it might not sound great, but it's good. I think we had to go to Caesar, didn't we? Okay, picture book, here it is. Yeah, I could see the acidity, and if nothing else, the sheer spiciness kind of getting rid of the waxy flavor of licorice a little bit, for sure. I definitely could see that complimenting it in a weird way. Here's your picture book, Pierce. That is it. I am the best. Ooh, clothing. Well, it's better than paper. And we are almost out of inventory space, so I think we're going to run back to Nook and go sell some stuff. You seem happy. Maybe you'll give me free stuff. Give me a freebie. I have no idea what shirt she's wearing right now. I think that might be one that I made way back in the day. I'm not 100% on that. Oh crap, it's December. Oh, it's just hitting me now. It's like, oh man, this is like the worst month ever. This is the month where I don't get to sleep for 30 days. Because I have to work on 1,000,001 different videos. Oh, this is going to be an interesting month. Alright, sell that, sell that, sell that, that, and that. And all that for 2,000 bells. Well, it's 2,000 bells more than we had. I sold my Christmas tree, didn't I? Shoot. I think I still have the big one in my inventory, though. So, we're good. We're good. I haven't talked to Peaches yet. Let's do that. Peaches! How are you doing today, Peaches? I can go talk to Tangy about a comic book. Consider it done. I don't like that you have to button mash the conversation with B, but if you do that, you'll accidentally sometimes say no. I would prefer it to only, like, allow an affirmative action to get through that menu, but such is life, I suppose. I think she was probably hiding from the haunted wobbly doll. I would assume. I don't know. Maybe she was hiding all of her secret Christmas presents in her drinking bird or something. It was rather suspicious now that you mention it. Of course. Okay, gonna go talk to Caesar then. I got this. No worries. That's what you say when there's lots of worries. Alright, so let's go find Caesar, who should be just north of the fountain, I believe. Man, after this I'm gonna have to like plan out the entire month because I've got like that week-long stream thing I gotta do. Got my end-of-year lists. Got all my standard stuff. Oh crap. This is gonna be a busy month and I didn't even realize it. It's just hitting me now. This is kind of terrifying. But I will get through this somehow. Probably with very little sleep. Alright. Let's deliver this unto Peaches. And now she's hiding on the other side of the room just to make it look less suspicious. We're on to you, Peaches. Hey, furniture, yes, please. That is the best reward. Got a conga drum, but I'm not musical. Oh well. Velma disappeared. As she often does, I suppose. She's got mysteries to go solve. Still. Gotta find someone to talk to give me a quest. That's the one thing I really don't like about Winter in this game, aside from the fact that it's like Winter in real life, which I have to deal with every day. But it's just, there's no fish or bugs to catch. It's really kind of limiting what you can do around here. She does have Jinkies to attend to. And she's very good at it, because she's always disappearing. It's weird that even though there's only like 6 different personality types, every villager seems to have like different individual quirks about their own schedules. Like some always just sort of... Okay, here's another little bit of stellar programming this game has. She wants a ball. The thing is, we cannot deliver a ball because she's inside. We could bring a ball outside for her, but unless she comes out to look at it, we can't ever actually deliver it to her. Awesome. Once again, proving that ball quests are the worst quests in this game. But yeah, every villager just has like weird quirks about how they just live in this world. Like, you got Chow, who basically never leaves his house. Then you've got Velma, who just seems to actually teleport around. Then you've got some characters that only hang around like the water fountain, as well as like one square around their house, which I think is what they're intentionally supposed to do. Ball is the worst thing in this game, with its stupid Fizz X, and how all the villagers just want to ruin it for you. Alright, I will take these clothes to Cookie for you, Cube. Consider it done, buddy. Alright, let's go. Stupid ball. Can't even use it when I have the quest. Damn it. Alright, let's go find Cookie. Fortunately, she should be right around here. Oh yeah, that's a shirt design I made way back in the day. That's what that is. She was just wearing that earlier. Okay. I guess people wanted you to keep your style. Fair enough. They're very opinionated. Ooh, a cactus. Fun fact, cactuses are ridiculously comfortable if you keep them in your pockets. I know, because I've had to do that before. Except not. It's the worst thing ever. It sounds obvious, but don't handle cactuses, because cacti are like the worst things to handle. I know this because I had to do it for a very long time. Okay, I genuinely need to know Huh. Quetzal has a new outfit. And he looks happy. Maybe he'll give us free stuff. I don't know what shirt Pierce is wearing, though. That one I'm not familiar with. Oh, you're fine. You're smart in your own way, Quetzal. That's the important thing. I will take your advice and we will go with right. A spunky knit. I don't think I've run into this shirt before. Doesn't sound familiar. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this shirt before. Huh. Well, you see something new every day, I guess. See, the thing about this question is I know some of these events, like if they ask for all your money, you can actually basically say yes, and they'll say, well, I didn't think you'd actually do it here. You can just take it for free. Other times they will actually just take all your money. Quetzal, I have not forgotten about the little people. Trust me, I am one of the little people. I'm trying to live off $10 a month. It's a little tricky. But I'm not giving you all my bells. I'm sorry. That just ain't happening. Okay, now I think we have to go to Goldie. I think that was our next stop on this train of quests. Okay, and we gotta return this. Again, that pink flower design on that bag is actually a shirt. Who's that going to? Ah, Pierce. Hopefully he's not still angry at Quetzal, but he probably is, which means talking to him is going to be impossible. Because him being mad at Quetzal means he's very, very, very mad at us. Because that's just how things work in the world. I don't want to lose my Gracie top. Or my big festive tree. We will hold on to that over there. Also, Spike is a jerk. Uh-oh. Pierce, I need to deliver this. I'm glad it's Quetzal that's angry and not you. Here you go, buddy. Oh, good, stationery. That's exactly what I wanted. You read my mind, buddy. Alright, well, we completed that mission. I guess the next step, I think, will be to go back to see Nook, buy some flowers, go home, plant our garden. Maybe plant our big festive tree in our house, and go ghost hunting. I think that'll be a plan. Let's do it. I don't have much to sell, Nook, but it's some. Still no idea what the hell or where the hell Cube buried his treasure, because seriously, we checked all over for it. Sell that and sell that. We don't need that. Alright. And I shall take this flower. And I shall take this flower. And I shall take this flower. And we shall take this flower. And we want the final flower because we don't want it to be lonely on the shelf without its buddies. Alright. Okay. Let's get out of here. Porter, summon me a train I can suplex. And if you could do it expediently, that would be super. And also, if you could throw Rover off the train and onto the tracks, that too would just be great. That would be a great early Christmas present for me. Not having to deal with Rover for the rest of this month. That would just be the perfectest thing. I don't think it's going to happen, but we can hope. Alright, let's get on the train. Okay. Rover, do your roverliness thing, and let's get this over with so I can go home and work on my awesome garden. Please hurry. Or, you know, leave me alone for the rest of the month. I'll take that as a Christmas present, please. Please, 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 please. No? Okay, fine. Just watch out, Rover, because someday someone just might happen to shove you on the tracks just as a train happens to be approaching. That would be an unfortunate accident to befall someone like you. Someone who probably absolutely deserves it. Because you're rather rude and mean. And you're repetitive, and you're annoying, and no one likes you, and you're Rover. You've got an exclusive shirt people aren't allowed to have. And that too just comes across as mean. Alright. Oh, right. I almost forgot, but then I didn't, because for once I actually had a decent memory. Smart. I planted that there. What did we get from here? From home. Throw that away, don't need that. And from the HRA telling me my house is crappy. Thanks, HRA. Okie dokie. Let's go plant some flowers. In the garden. And then we'll be able to... Goldie? Huh. I felt like her house should be more over this way, but I guess I just entered from too far to the left. Either way, I guess we're over here now. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this acre, unfortunately, but, you know, we've been making quite great strides in making the most palatable place to live or visit. Because look at how pretty it is. It's very pretty. It's the prettiest place. And now the question is, can we find ourselves an extra visitor in town? Things are not perfect. That offends me. We should also probably try and make things perfect. To the perfection mobile. Not around here, though. Oop. Here's something I can dig up. Gyroid. Mega Bovoid. Still do not have the last gyroid we want. Kind of annoyed about that, but, you know, it's all random. You can't control it. Unless you use cheats or something. Not seeing any ghost buddies around here. Nope, no ghost buddies at all. Nothing around here. Nope. Gotta find Pearl at some point as well. Still not entirely sure if Wisp is a proximity trigger or a time trigger or what. But it doesn't seem like we're running into him anytime soon. Oh, there's a stupid ball. Being stupid, obviously. As they often are. Fossil. Alright, got that. Got this. I think that should at least bring the town back to perfect status, but we'll keep pulling up weeds as they come up. Because that's what we do as a good person who's trying to take care of the community because no one else can be asked. Get that. Get this. Thanks, Spike. Really appreciate you bearing that pitfall. Any new events coming up, Copper? I see a glowy spot. Huh. Nice. Clean that up. Clean this up. Clean this up. Dig that up. Make 1,000 bells. And let's see if we can run into our ghosty buddy. Also Pearl. Pearl! I'm so glad I could find you. Here's this for you. I forgot to deliver it the other day. I apologize. Hey, 1,000 bells. Nice. That's a good reward right there. It's more than I could sell any piece of furniture for. Throw this away. Now, if I would have said that Wisp would spawn anywhere, I would have said he would have spawned probably in that acre. Because it's big and it's empty. It's mostly my reasoning, which I know is not exactly how things spawn in this game. But it just feels like that would probably be where he'd spawn. The other place would be the acre directly north of us. Come on, Crocoid. Damn it. Let's see if we can run into him here. Nope. He could also spawn here, maybe. But after this, we're kind of running out of places I would think there would be any likelihood of him spawning. Again, just kind of trying to pick up on the quirks of this game's spawning mechanism. Because things here definitely like to follow a certain pattern, even if it is somewhat random. But great, that's video games. There is no such thing as true randomness in them. Oh, hey, look, it's tickets for November raffle. Oh, wait, right. Not much here. Or here. Oh, here we go. Finally. Now I just gotta find him. There you are. It's been about a month, Wisp. Governor Ghoulie. That's the next completely randomized afterlife deity type thing he has to follow. Okay, so let us find some ghosts. I think that is a plan of some description. I hope. Once again, being able to see behind trees would be helpful for this sort of thing, but I hardly think it's going to be life or death, I hope. And even if it is, it's certainly not ours, it'll be Wisp's, so, you know, it can hardly be our fault. But we will try and find all the spirits, so Governor Ghoulie doesn't have a ghoul-rific time or some malarkey, I don't know. It's late. My brain is not at 100% and I still have to do a bunch of stuff before I go to bed. Okay, have to check this acre, have to check the dump acre. I would say it would be likely for a ghost to spawn here. They tend to spawn around water from what I can tell. It's not guaranteed or anything, but they have a higher likelihood of it. I can very faintly hear a mole cricket in the background. And yet I am not finding much success in finding the wiggly ghosty bits that we gotta go find. And seeing as our quest is to find the 5 wiggly ghosty bits, it's important that we find them. If we did that promptly, that would just be super-tacular. Thought I saw something back here. Doesn't look like it, though. Are we gonna find anything around here? Where are the wiggly ghosty bits? I should have caught that fish. I don't know what went wrong. Do you not know how nets work, world? Oh, that's not fair. If I didn't have the golden net, I wouldn't have been able to catch that at all. Alright, 4 more. For the wiggly ghosty bits, and for glory. And I guess maybe Wisp. And perhaps Governor Ghoulie. Maybe, if he wants to be part of this. He is welcome to it. Nothing around here yet. They seem to also like these little bushes of scrub as well. They have something of a higher chance to spawn around there rather than bare dirt. Oh, I don't want to destroy those flowers, and it doesn't look like we did. Good. I don't think 2 will ever spawn on the same acre, so I think we're good here. I don't think they'll ever actually spawn on this acre either. But that's based on the fact that I haven't seen one spawn on this acre. Nothing around here. Doesn't look like it. Covered a quarter of the area so far. We found 2 of the 5, so we're doing okay. I really don't like when, you know, we find the last one we're missing, like, within 1 acre of the end of the search, because the entire time, you know, I'm just thinking, oh crap, I missed one, I missed one, I missed one. It should be here, why didn't I find it? Because I'm a worrywart like that. Get rid of that. So hopefully we will find all the others really soon. Like right there. Take that, you stupid ball. In one swift motion, I managed to accomplish 2 objectives, and that ball is gone. Ghost ball. Okay, so we need exactly 2 more wiggly ghosty bits. Hopefully we find them. If we don't, then it's gonna be sad. We're gonna have to go through the entire area again and again and again and again until we find them. And I don't really want to do that. We're already going on an hour and I've got other stuff I need to do tonight. Crocoid? Ah, Mega Echoid. Although that might be useful for us all the same. I guess we'll find out. I think that was a little dust I kicked up while running. Thought it was a ghost, but nope. 1 more set of wiggly ghosty bits. So we're doing okay. We've got about 1/3 of the town left to scour. I think we're doing okay so far. But of course, it's not done until we find the last one. That last one might have already been overlooked. And that is where things get really tough. I swear I saw one right here, but I guess I'm going crazy. Still, we are going to find the ghosts. Got 1 left. Get rid of that, and get rid of that, and our town should be back to perfect by tomorrow. Or by 6 AM rather, as that seems to be when stuff refreshes. Nothing around here. There's a weed we can get rid of too. Although we're quickly running out of spots for me to find ghosts that I haven't already checked. In that we're down to this acre. So I really hope we find it here, or else we gotta do another loop of the town. And while I'm certainly not opposed to doing it, you know, like I said, I don't really want to. And it makes me feel kind of like paranoid about where I've checked and where I haven't. I don't know if we've checked around here. I know we started in in the area next to Cube's house. But doesn't look like it's around here. And we already know where we found some. So at least that should give us an idea of where we don't need to necessarily put as much effort into searching. I would think. Unfortunately, this could also be a case where one spawned outside the playable area, or in a wall, or something dumb, and we just can't get it. That too is very much a possibility, and one I'd rather not explore. But indeed, a possibility nonetheless. Are we gonna find our wiggle ghosts? Hope so, because I want freebies. Nothing around here. I don't think we checked here either. Again, there's water around here, so like I said when we first checked this sort of area, I would think that they'd spawn around here, but it doesn't look like it's happening. I don't think it's spawned behind Spike's house. Nope, not around here either. Alas. Looks like we've already checked every acre, but we're still missing one, and I found it. They probably spawned inside a wall, and that's why I didn't see it to begin with. How do I get it without destroying that flower? I probably can't. Unless it does that. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Wiggly Ghosty Bit. Wisp. I did it. Here you go. Just ignore the fact it looks like Kuwagata, and we're good. I would like stuff. I got a Mario trophy! Hooray! Actually, that is a item, I think it showed up once earlier, that can only be received very rarely through Nook's Lottery. Like, even showing up in the prize pool is very, very rare. We lost it once, and now we have one. Because we didn't have one before. Thank you, Wisp, for giving us something awesome. Fun fact, if you're collecting stuff in this game for... Or you're working with Feng Shui with the idea that you're trying to boost luck, stuff like the Mario trophy boosts your luck immensely. Now, I'm going to plant this here. Because Christmas. And then I think I'll put this Mario trophy here, because we've earned it. And I think that will be it. That is our Christmas preparations, us wandering around and doing stuff for people, making the world a better place, and ghost hunting all at once. Hooray! Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little endeavor, and if you did, follow the stream to know when we go live, because we do this every single night, as we have for the past year. Plus other stuff when I happen to have the time. You also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff, and not just Animal Crossing, but pretty much any type of game you can think of. I've done something that'll probably interest you, I'm sure. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon, support the show any way you can, so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is miss out on a very, very strange, possibly sleep-deprived penguin's attempt at burying treasure and finding actual treasure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.